The very reason why we want to create a culture of care groups in our churches is because we want to fulfill God's grand design of addition and multiplication. Have you noticed that from the very beginning during the creation week, every living thing that God added to His creation has the capacity to multiply? The design is not just addition but multiplication. This creative DNA of addition and multiplication isn't just for the physical and the social aspects. This design includes an exponential growth through spiritual reproduction. And so God's design was never to have one dad named Adam and one mom named Eve with the addition of 7 billion kids, meaning Eve would get pregnant several billion times over. That is addition with no multiplication. That's not God's design. God's grand design involves Adam and Eve to have a handful of kids, and the kids themselves will become parents to a handful of their own children, and their own children will have kids of their own, whose kids in time will also have their own families. That's the design, the essence of God's creation when He pronounced, "Be fruitful and multiply." And so it is God's spiritual plan that the disciples of Jesus will disciple someone, and that someone disciples yet another one, and so on. Therefore, a successful church is more about becoming a mother church that equips and sends. Those that are sent are equipped to have the ability, with God's help, to start also a new group and eventually becoming a new church. And over a period of time, that new church will mature and become a mother church itself, able to equip and send her mature members out for mission again. Our churches ought to become mother churches, giving birth to new church plants by focusing less on programs and big events, investing instead on discipleship, equipping, training, and mentoring. We want our organized churches to become mother churches as opposed to becoming a mega church, having the biggest crowd around. Big churches have the tendency to create huge number of very unproductive members, and that's why it is paramount that we have small groups, not just small groups that mainly function for socialization. God wants soul-winning care groups. The presentation of Christ in the family and in small gatherings, in private homes, is often more successful in winning souls to Jesus than our sermons in halls or churches. Now that speaks volume to affirm the New Testament principle of house meetings.